For decades, Airbus left the A360 designation conspicuously blank, until in late 2025, cryptic job postings and a headline broke aviation silence. Airbus is evaluating a secret jet engineered to outsmart rivals and possibly unlock AI-driven flight. If these rumors are true, the A360 won't just challenge Boeing, it could flip the future of aviation itself. But why is there no prototype, no order, and no official word, except a trail of missing numbers and shadowy patents? On September 1st, 2025, Aviation A260 published a headline that cut through months of industry rumor. Airbus eyes completely new aircraft, A360, is it viable? The article reported that Airbus was actively evaluating a brand new wide-body jet, one designed not as an incremental upgrade, but as a direct challenger to Boeing's 787 and 777X. Quoting unnamed sources, the piece described the A360 as a clean-sheet design, crafted to capture airlines searching for the next leap in long-haul efficiency. No mention of a prototype, no leaked images, but the story landed with authority. Within hours, mainstream aviation press began to echo the news. Simple Flying ran a feature tracing the origins of the A360 rumor, pointing to Airbus's missing model numbers and a string of job postings referencing next-gen widebody and AI adaptive flight control. The pattern was impossible to ignore. Airbus had left the A360 and A370 slots empty for decades, fueling speculation that these numbers were being saved for something transformative. Air Guide, covering the 2025 Airbus Summit, described the A360 as a conceptual bombshell, more than a rumor, less than a confirmed program, but enough to ignite debate across the industry. Reports highlighted the aircraft's rumored features: open-fan engines, foldable wings, morphing control surfaces, and a potential 25% leap in fuel efficiency. Analysts stressed that if true, these advances could force a fundamental rethink in airline fleet strategy. Yet as the news cycle intensified, every outlet added the same caveat. Airbus had offered no official confirmation, no program launch, and no details beyond broad statements about future aircraft research. The media consensus was clear. Aviation A260's scoop was the first credible sign that Airbus was preparing something far bigger than a standard update, and the world was watching for the next clue. Night after night in the spring and summer of 2025, the online spotter community scoured the skies above Toulouse and Saint-Nazaire, alert for anything out of the ordinary. Amateur logs filled with cryptic entries, unknown airframes, strange taxi patterns, transponder codes that didn't match any published Airbus type, circulated in private aviation forums. Some claim to have glimpsed an unfamiliar silhouette rolling across a distant ramp, but no verifiable photographs surfaced. Even the most dedicated spotters, armed with telephoto lenses and flight tracking apps, found only rumors and shadows. Satellite imagery providers, including Maxar and Planet, released regular updates of Airbus's sprawling French test sites. Yet none of the high-resolution images from 2024 or 2025 revealed a prototype matching the A360's rumored dimensions or configuration. Every structure, every parked jet, was accounted for in the official registry. The supposed evidence, blurry shapes, rearranged hangar layouts, odd reflections, never held up under scrutiny. The absence itself became a point of fascination. Registry records from DGAC and EASA confirmed the puzzle. The A360 and A370 designations remained conspicuously unassigned. No experimental registration, no type certificate, not even a temporary flight permit. For decades, Airbus had skipped these numbers, leaving a blank space in the official sequence. Analysts debated whether this was a strategic placeholder for a future breakthrough or a deliberate smokescreen to mislead competitors. With no authenticated images, no registry trace, and only a trail of whispers, the mystery deepened. The industry was left to chase shadows, an anomaly sustained by what wasn't seen as much as by what was. Patent filings and funding records tell a story that rumors cannot. Between 2022 and 2024, Airbus registered a series of patents with the European Patent Office that point to a new era of aircraft design. One patent, filed in February 2023, describes a modular fuselage architecture, sections of the airframe designed to be swapped or reconfigured with standardized joints and embedded health sensors. Another, filed in October 2023, details a composite-to-composite structural joint engineered for flexibility and strength, and hints at the use of self-healing resin matrices. The technical language is dense, but the intent is clear. Airbus is laying the groundwork for aircraft that can adapt, repair themselves, and be upgraded without costly downtime. Alongside these filings, a third patent from August 2023 introduces a carbon laminate with microencapsulated healing agents. When a crack forms, the material automatically releases a polymer, restoring strength on the fly. This approach promises to cut maintenance delays and push the limits of lightweight design. The paper trail extends beyond intellectual property. In March 2024, Airbus and Rolls-Royce signed a Memorandum of Understanding to develop intelligent engine cores, digital twin-enabled propulsion systems that use AI to adapt engine performance and predict maintenance needs. The memo's language leaves little doubt. These technologies are intended for integration into future wide-body aircraft in the 2030s. EU funding records reinforce the pattern. Two major clean aviation grants, awarded in 2023 and 2022, channel over 75 million euros into adaptive morphing airframes and AI-driven flight autonomy. Airbus leads both projects, working with top European research partners to develop shape-changing composites, real-time health monitoring, and autonomous flight control. These are not speculative investments, they are concrete, multi-year commitments with clear technical deliverables. No single document names the A360 outright, but the convergence of patents, corporate partnerships, and public research grants forms a mosaic. Each piece points to a sustained, institution-wide push for the technologies that industry insiders associate with the A360. The evidence is written into the legal and financial record. Far harder to fabricate, and far more revealing than any rumor or anonymous leak. Open-fan propulsion stands at the center of the A360's technical promise. CFM's RISE demonstrator, now in advanced ground testing, aims for a bypass ratio close to 70-1, far beyond today's most efficient engines. This leap could cut fuel burn by 20 to 25%, a figure that would send shockwaves through airline cost models. Yet for all its promise, open-fan integration brings new hurdles, higher acoustic footprints, unique blade failure scenarios, and the challenge of fitting massive engines to a wide-body airframe. Certification agencies in Europe and the US have yet to finalize standards for these designs, leaving a cloud of uncertainty over entry into service timelines. Adaptive wings, another rumored feature, have reached flight test maturity on smaller demonstrators. Airbus's Wing of Tomorrow prototypes show up to 10% drag relief through real-time shapeshifting. Folding tips and morphing control surfaces allow longer wingspans in flight, then retract for airport compatibility. Engineers caution, however, that scaling these systems to a full-size wide body means solving for complex redundancy, fail-safe actuation, and new maintenance protocols. Regulators will demand proof that folding mechanisms can't fail in a way that endangers flight. Digital twin and AI adaptive flight control offer a different kind of revolution. Predictive maintenance, already mature on the A350, promises fewer unscheduled repairs and faster turnaround. But true AI-assisted flight, where algorithms make real-time decisions, remains at technology readiness level 5 or 6. Integration risks range from cybersecurity to pilot trust. Certification will require a new generation of software assurance, with regulators and unions watching closely. Taken together, these advances push the A360 beyond paper concepts. Each technology is plausible within the next decade, but integrating them all, at commercial scale, is a gamble that demands both technical mastery and regulatory finesse. Airline strategists are already running the numbers. By the mid-2030s, hundreds of Boeing 787s and 777Xs will reach prime replacement age, representing a market worth tens of billions. If Airbus can deliver an aircraft that cuts fuel burn by even 20%, fleet planners may be forced to rethink long-term commitments. One market analyst notes that a single percentage point in fuel savings can shift the balance of a billion-dollar order. For airlines, the promise of lower costs and reduced emissions is hard to ignore, especially as regulatory pressures mount. Meanwhile, Boeing's leadership faces mounting questions from shareholders about how to counter a rival that appears willing to leapfrog incremental updates. A senior airline manager puts it bluntly, if Airbus brings a true next-gen widebody to market first, we'll have to listen. The competitive calculus is changing, and the stakes are rising fast. No official program launch, no registry entry, and not a single airline order, yet the A360 story refuses to fade. The absence of formal certification pathways leaves regulators and engineers guessing how or if the aircraft could ever enter service. Infrastructure questions loom just as large. Airports may need to adapt for folding wings or hydrogen tanks long before a prototype ever rolls out. With Airbus's silence and no clear regulatory roadmap, the timeline for any reveal remains a blank. Until someone steps forward with hard evidence or a public announcement, the industry is left to wonder what, if anything, will finally fill the A360's empty slot. In September 2025, Aviation A2Z publicly confirmed that Airbus was evaluating an all-new aircraft, the A360, designed to challenge Boeing's grip on the wide-body market. Over 3 years, documented evidence, including patent filings from 2022 to 2024, EU Clean Aviation grants, and a 2024 Rolls-Royce partnership memo, proved Airbus's deep investment in adaptive wings, AI-monitored systems, and advanced composites. Yet, as of late 2025, no prototype has been photographed, no airline orders confirmed, and Airbus continues to deny an official A360 program. The deliberate gap in Airbus's model numbers and the flow of technical patents suggest a real project operating behind closed doors. What remains unknown is when, or if the A360 will be revealed, and which technologies it will bring to the skies. For now, the facts show Airbus is methodically shaping the next leap in aviation. The A360's true impact will become clear only when secrecy gives way to flight.